Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Let's not do the whole match. I mean, it's a very good match, very slow-paced, a proper main event of WrestleMania. But Roman Reigns won. Where do you stand on that?
Well, all my barometers all pointed to Cody. Apparently, all barometers pointed to Cody and the fans. So, and I expected some outside interference, but I expected actually Cody to overcome all that and still come out victorious. So the Roman win, it didn't shock me, but it surprised me. But I go back to what Triple H said at the scrum. The story continues.
Scrum, your favorite word.
Scrum. That sounds a little nasty to me, but the scrum. But he says the story never ends and the story never finishes. So, and I can see why they did this. They invested 3 years into Roman Reigns, and the first year was rocky because he wasn't getting over and not like they thought he would. And then all of a sudden he kind of caught fire a little bit. Now he's red hot. So they're saying, why throw all this away? And it wasn't really throwing it away, but they got to keep it in a position where people are dying to see him lose. And they didn't give that to him. So, and a lot of people are blaming this on Vince already. That Vince was probably the cause. I don't think so. Because I think Triple H thinks in his head, and rightfully so, that they have worked so hard to get this guy here. They're not going to give it all away on Cody's first try. Cody needs to struggle and fight and become, like the Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn fought, and now Cody needs to fight. And I think it'll get over. And where it leads, I don't have any idea. That's why I watch it like a fan too, because I want them to take me on this journey, and I want to go with them.
There's a comparison that's been brought up a couple of times over the last couple of days that I've read, is that this was a bit before your time in the WWF run, but in '93, Lex Luger defeated Yokozuna at SummerSlam '93 by countout. And this was when he was doing the Lex Express and the bus around the country for 2 months straight. And then he won by DQ, but he didn't win the title. And then afterwards, it just took all the steam out of Lex. Probably, Lex took steam out of himself really, by not being Hulk Hogan. But there's still a finite amount of time to sort of catch the wave on this.
Well, this is hard to describe. But what you're going to remember of this, people, after Roman gets back on that TV and starts being an asshole again, it will rebuild for him. Now, since on Raw, Brock Lesnar beat the crap out of him, now he seems to be losing support instead of gaining support. Well, this is what always bothered me about WWE. A babyface can be getting the shit beat out of them, yet no other babyfaces run to the ring to kind of help him.
Yeah.
He's like, Cody Rhodes has got to be the most hated guy in the good guy block. Nobody.
Bad guys have friends and the good guys don't. I've never quite understood that.
They keep those guys around that'll help them out. But Cody and some of the other baby faces, they don't have a friend in the world. And they'll just lay out there and just be dead. Like, don't you know he would get up and go to the restroom and he said, "Hey guys, did you see me getting the shit beat out of me? Can't you help me out?" And that's what the fans think. But then again, fans go for the show, and sometimes you got to make allowances for that. And that's wrestling fans. They just do that. But it was a good match. It surprised me, though. And I brought this up to somebody else. All the heavy money was on Cody. Mm-hmm. Betting. And then all of a sudden, Cody loses.
Maybe we need to call DraftKings and see if anyone
Yeah.
placed any $9.3 billion bets on Roman Reigns winning.
I wonder if you went to DraftKings and you wanted to put $10 million bet down, you think they would cover that?
You would have to go through some sort of specialist hotline for them to take it, I think. But I mean, there are bookkeepers who will take ridiculous bets like that.
Oh man, I would like to see. It won't be me betting $1 million.
There's an old joke. It's from a sitcom here, and it's like it's talking about how stupid someone is. He said, "This someone was offered paid £1,000 to bet that the world would end next year, and he bet that it would."
That is actually funny. He bet that it would. You got to think about that a minute. That is pretty good.
I would.
So, but anyway, main event. It was roundly criticized and panned. And I don't care what they're going to do. You're still going to have your naysayers on it. But again, the story doesn't finish, and the story goes on. And I've never been a big wrestling fan up to now. Because, in Memphis, I was in the mix. In Puerto Rico, I was in the mix. But I was never the fan because I knew what was going to happen. But in watching this and not knowing what's going to happen has made me a fan again. And I appreciate it more now than I think I did before.
There you go. And a thumbs up from Dutch for the event. A thumbs up from me as well, because it was very well done. And the only thing I'd say is probably, I mean, you could have easily made that like half an hour shorter, just cutting down on, not even the matches, just cutting down on some of like the fluff in between. But
they could have cut it down 15 minutes by just Cody's entrance and Roman's entrance.
Yeah.
Entrance. God, it took them a half hour. My God. I mean, I thought Roman would never get to the ring. Then he go and he does this and he acknowledge me and whatever. It just took forever. To me, I would think, now if somebody told me, I would say, speed up your entrance a little bit because people know you're not going to do nothing when you get in there. So just get in there and speed it up. Because it irritates me they take so long to get in there. But they did it well, and I'm interested in what they did Monday night and see where that leads. So, and you see how quickly the landscape changes.
Yeah.
One TV, it all changes. But Cody is still there, and now they're gonna make him run the gamut.